folks. Thank you for joining us for this video today. We've got three really important announcements to make. The most important of which is that our On Fire for God Today website has just gone live today. So please check it out. I will leave a link in the video description below, but also if you'd rather just open up a new tab in your browser, the URL is OnFireForGod.today. So please do check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments below this video. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to get your feedback. And also be sure to check out not only the main headings going across the top of the website, but also delve into these subheadings so that you have a good sense of what the available resources are that we have on the site, and give us feedback. You know, this is the start of something big. What we see as a really huge vision to encourage, to edify, to inspire, and to connect up with people all around the world to help share the gospel everywhere in these dark last days. So please do check out the website. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And the second announcement that I have, which is something you might have noticed or maybe not. If you're a regular watcher, you might have noticed that we've not uploaded videos over the past several days, and there are a few key reasons for that. Number one, last Friday, when we were about to move from one house sit to another, some of you know that we've been living nomadically for 7.5 years, or just under 7.5 years. We had 2 preaching locations designated. We in fact drove to both of them, but we got rained out on both occasions. It turned out to be a terribly rainy day. Otherwise, you would have been seeing new preaching videos uploaded this week. But no worries, because we will be back on the streets preaching, God willing, this week, and we will be getting new street preaching videos to you from brand new locations. I just wanted to check my notes quickly. There's also in addition to getting rained out on the designated preaching day, we also have been super hard at work, obviously, on getting the On Fire for God Today website up and running. So we've been working really hard on that. So we really hope that you go out and check out the website and let us know what you think. Yesterday we put in about a 16-hour day. The only break that we took was to watch a few videos from a professional videographer and photographer on YouTube. So it was sort of a break, also sort of work related, but we didn't take any meal breaks or anything during those 16 hours. And that takes me to the third thing that I'd like to talk with you today about, and that is today is the 7th day of a 7-day water fast. For those of you who are not quite familiar with the realm of fasting, a water fast is when you eat no food whatsoever and that you simply drink water. So today is day 7, so I can tell you we're very much looking forward to a really scrumptious meal that we have planned for this evening. It's called Cavolo Nero soup, and we're really looking forward to that. But anyways, as part of that conversation about fasting, and let me tell you first of all, I'm not boasting about fasting. We're not doing this for dietary reasons. We're not doing it for weight loss reasons. And people, for instance, when we're house sitting for folk, they'll ask us, why are you fasting, blah, blah, blah. You don't look like you need to fast. And we explain to them, it's good because it opens up a conversation that otherwise may not take place right then and there. We always do try to share the gospel with the folk that we house sit with, to all extents, at all possible, whenever possible. But it opens up a conversation for them to ask, well, why are you fasting? And we generally say, for spiritual reasons, and that we're Bible-believing Christians, and that the Bible commands us, those who are disciples of Jesus Christ, to fast. And let's just think really quickly. We know Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And unlike our fast, where we were just going without food, Jesus, for those 40 consecutive days and 40 nights, not only didn't have food, he also didn't have water. And remember as well, John the Baptist, when the Pharisees came to him and came to Jesus and said, well, why does John the Baptist and his disciples fast often, but your disciples, i.e. Jesus Christ's disciples, are not fasting? And Jesus explains that the children are unable to fast while the bridegroom is still with them. So fasting is a really important thing. You might also remember the story about the evil spirits, the devils, that the disciples were unable to cast out of the child of the father, who then ended up asking Jesus Christ directly for his help, and he proceeded to cast out the devils. And the disciples then asked Jesus, why were we not able to cast out those devils? And he explains that this kind comes out only by prayer and fasting, through prayer and fasting. So that again shows us the importance of fasting. And also, Jesus, in furthering answering that question about John the Baptist and his disciples versus him and his disciples, said that a time will come when the bridegroom, i.e. Jesus Christ, is no longer with them, and at that point the disciples would fast. So that's why we fast. We're fasting to move closer to God, to give God all the glory, not to ourselves, but to give God all the glory, and to move closer to him in prayer, and simply to do it because it's a command of the Bible. The living and loving God of the Bible commands his disciples to fast, so we do. And over the past 8 weeks exactly today, we have built up quite a lot of experience in fasting. And so I'd also like to just announce this, that I would like to make a separate video from this about the topic of fasting, to answer some of those common questions that people will ask. Why are you doing it? Bring in some scripture, so on and so forth. And also share some resources that we found helpful shortly after we began our first, what was meant to be a 3-day fast, but which both Catherine and I extended, and I extended it for 7 days. But over the past 8 weeks that we've been fasting, I did the first 7-day fast that we had ever done. That was my first no food fast, conscious, deliberate, spiritual fast. I intended initially 3 days. I extended it to 7 days because I was actually by the 3rd day feeling quite good. So I did that first 7-day fast. 2 or 3 days later, I decided I just wanted to fast again. So I did another 2-day fast. I just planned a couple of days, so that went well as well. And at the tail end of that first 7-day fast, I also did a 2-day dry fast, which is what Jesus Christ did in the wilderness during those 40 days and 40 nights. No food, no water, and that also went well. And it was a different experience, and it does other different things as well in terms of cleansing your body. So we did the 7-day fast, then the 2-day fast, and then the following month we did another 3-day fast, and then we have been doing this 7-day fast. So in total, over the exactly 8 weeks past, right today, I have fasted for a total of 19 days. And if you divide 19 over 56 days, 8 weeks times 7 days in a week, you end up with just slightly over 1/3 of the time. So basically, I've been just water fasting for just over 1/3 of the past 8 weeks, and I feel great. I really like doing it. In each and every occasion, I have moved closer to God. My prayers to God have gotten more powerful. I've been cleansed both physically, but also cleansed mentally in my heart. There's been some, really fervent prayer where, tears flow, and that's all good. Those are heavenly tears where it's cleansing our souls, cleansing our hearts and our minds. So it's something that I really like doing. We fully are committed to continuing to fast. The way that we are organizing it, just to let people know, I know we've done quite a lot of severe, quite hardcore fasting over these past 2 months. But what we're committed to as a sort of baseline is to do a 3-day fast during that first week of the month. So that's the commitment. Then if I feel like I need to up my prayer life, get closer to God, if I'm feeling that I just need to fast more, then I do supplemental fasts in between. Anyways, I'd really like to encourage all of the body of Christ, particularly in the West, where people are not so used to fasting. I'd really love to encourage you to do that and to follow Jesus Christ. Again, the main reason for On Fire for God is not only for, I know right now on the YouTube channel the focus is on our street preaching, but that's only the first tiny fragment of what our larger On Fire for God vision is. The larger vision is talked about actually in the About page of the new website. So rather than my taking up more time on the video, I just suggest that you go out to the new OnFireForGod.today website. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below, and check out the About page. And that goes into the infinitely larger vision that we have for On Fire for God. But essentially, let me say this, that we want to help raise up disciples all over the world who are true disciples of Jesus Christ, biblical disciples of Jesus Christ, who are on fire for God today, tomorrow, and every day, who will in turn share the gospel wherever they happen to be living, and for all of us worldwide to be connecting up and edifying one another, inspiring one another, and ideally even meeting up together in person, God willing, and God provides the opportunity for us to do so, and to connect up with other people who are local to wherever you are living, whether you want to go preaching, street preaching together, maybe door-to-door soul winning, or some other way to get the gospel out to the people in your realm. Anyways, that's it, folks. Those are the 3 major announcements. I'm going to get this video edited, rendered, put up to YouTube, and please again go out to the website and leave comments below. Let us know what you think about it. And may God bless you. May God bless the OnFireForGod.today vision in this ministry, and may we bring a great many more people to Jesus Christ in these ever darkening last days. And God bless.